Working here a little bit more on there. What are you working on today?
Well, I'm putting the controls back to the tail feathers, the elevator and the rudder. And I'm going to have a pull for the rudder, but I was going to pull for the elevator, but that didn't seem like it worked too good. So I'm going to use a tube with a wire in it. For the time being, I'm going to pull and see how that works. I'd like to have pull for the elevator too, but it just didn't seem like it worked out so good. So these are, it's a steel wire inside of a tube that goes back to from the servos up here, back to the elevator. And then I'm going to put the pull system. That's two cables coming back to the rudder that goes to there. So that's what I'm putting in now, and I'm putting support. So I drill one hole in for the, I can do that for the first one, because they'll be close enough together. And then I cut my line off. I put a string in back here to show where the line, where the cabling goes back to the rudder and up to the servo.
Okay, then next you can show us how you make this little support there.
Yeah, that for the rudder and one hole for there, for the elevator control. So I have to measure the distance where I'm going to drill the hole for the rudder. It's kind of hard to get out, but elevator control will be marked about that'll come out even with the servo up in the front here. So I take my electric drill. Whoops. Then I clean out the hole a little bit. Now I have to measure the distance of two smaller holes down here, because my rudder control will come in about this same level up here as elevator to 200. I have a big heavy duty servo up here that I'm going to put a pulse on it. So I'll put two of them in there, one for the heavy duty high tech. And that's a high-tech heavy-duty servo they use for a quarter scale. That's for the rudder. And then there is one arm. I can use one arm for the elevator control. Just far apart. So then I'll measure that and I'll drill two smaller holes for the rudder servo will be mounted on this side, so I'll have to put my holes for my probably about over in that far apart. I'll see about the space at about the width of my rudder, my servo arm will be. It'll be about cables. Cabling for my pole goes through here. I'm going to drill a little bigger hole. I'm going to put these little inserts into it for the cabling to run through, so it'll be a little smoother than going through just the bare wood. So I have to find a drill about the same size as this. Before I put my supports in for the pole cables and the cable for the elevator, I drilled holes and I put some inserts from the tubing in there to make it a little smoother for the pole to come through. So now the next step is to I'll put that down. I put the tubing through after I so now I'm going to put some glue on there. Super weld. It's super weld is one glue I use quite a bit. And in there, and I got it marked there where it's supposed to go, the hole for the, I put it in there, hold it for a little while, it sets up. And I get a clamp. Put a clamp. Get it lined up. If I can reach in here, I'll put a clamp in the other end too. One thing about a quarter scale is big enough, so I know how to put a clamp on the other end to hold that until the glue sets up. Now, when I run my cabling for the pole, I'll go through these two, and then I'll run my tube for this tube through this hole. That goes to the elevator. Before I cover the bottom of the fuselage and the sides, I put some of my controls in here, and these are, this one is for my elevator, and that is a tube with a steel rod in it for canoe, and these two, I put strings in there so I can pull my pole cable in when I hook up my servos and my rudder. So I do that, now I can start putting some cover on here on the bottom now, and then I'm going to cover the whole fabric on the bottom, and then I'm going to cover the side. That's what I'm putting through.
Oh, okay. So then you're pulling through that with the string there. Yeah, that's good.